Today I'm going to show you my version of a Crockpot chicken, and it's more Mexican style, but I've altered things to try to either A, be a little healthier, and B, maybe a little tastier. To start, I started with, we have 3 nice size, not gigantor, sweet potatoes, not regular potatoes. And what we want to do with these is create wedges. Now, when I do it, and you know, sweet potatoes can be so big, right? So I always cut them in half. Then when you wedge them about like that, right? And then put them in the bottom. All the potatoes go in the bottom. So just keep cutting them up into wedges. Put these in the bottom. Now I've put in the sweet potatoes. I have a 28-ounce can of whole peeled tomatoes. I have 1 can, 8 ounces of tomato sauce. I have a can of chipotle peppers and adobo sauce. I'm going to use 2 of those in here. And I'm going to add that to the my food processor. Okay? But not all the tomatoes. I'm going to hold back on some of the tomatoes and just break them up in here when I'm done. Then it'll have a little bit of tomato chunks in it. Alright, sorry that went so long. Now what I was doing here was, I had some green peppers, I had a poblano, and I had another green banana pepper that was a hot pepper. And I usually like to get those. You could use jalapeno, but I go a little, I think poblano's not as hot as jalapeno, so then you can sprinkle these in there. Then we got a little bit of the sauce to layer in, right? And I thought I wanted to scrape something down. Yeah. No, I guess I'm good. I was right. So you put your finger through and hold the jar. Alright. Okay, just start that up. Now when you get done, if you don't think it's full enough, you can always go back and add a little bit more, another sauce, or even a little water is fine. You know, I think last time I added a little water and thinned it out a little bit, which was fine. Now start layering our guys in here. Oh, I know something I forgot. I forgot a spice I like to put in there now. You could either put it in on top, or right now, look at, we're starting, so that's full there. Put our rest of my peppers on top of there. The other thing I put in there last time, once you get this going, you know, you're going to have this going for, I recommend like 5 to 6 hours. They said 4, but for this much stuff I noticed. I also put in a can of beans. But since I have so much chicken this time, I think I'm getting a little bit carried away this time. Last time it didn't seem this full. Probably my package of chicken was a little smaller. Okay, those 2 are done. Well, let me see. I could take this out and put some of the... Yeah, I'll put in some of the beans. You know, the beans are just such a nice little touch. So I'm going to have to take these, rinse them, then I'm going to pick up that chicken, add them under and over. Okay, so let me rinse these. So here we are. I've completely finished everything. We're right to the top. Olives I put on last, right? Just sprinkle them along there. We cover, okay? And we're gonna cook this. I think it's gonna take a good 5 to 6 hours. Now, the nice thing is you could do this the day ahead. Do it at night. And take this inner tray out and put the whole thing in your refrigerator. The next morning, take it out. So the last part is what I suggest is make it the morning before, put it in the refrigerator. As you can see, everything is filled up to the top. That's probably enough for like 6 people. Serving suggestion with this also is you could make some green beans, steam some green beans on the side for the last minute and put them down, and then put this in there on top and use a little sauce on the green beans. Very tasty. I have it on high. Now, the last thing I've done is you'll notice here, earlier today, if you want to do it so you make it the night before, you could take it out and put the out of the refrigerator and put it in the thing, in the unit, and then if you get a timer like this, plug it in, set your timer. I have this starting at about at 1, ending at or 12:30 really, 12:30, ending at 5:30. At that time I'll be home anyway and I could check it, you know, and if I'm a little late it won't go too long, it'll sit in here. But I really think these little timers are handy. I know some of the newer crock pots, I believe, have timers on it, which is good, but right now I had this one, which is an older one, and I mean, I'm too cheap to buy another one. I don't use it that much to have more than one. So I could easily have left that. It'll stay refrigerated nicely until noon. It'll come out, it'll cook. I come home, dinner's ready. If I want to steam steaming the beans is extra, adds a little bit more to the meal. But as I made this, I don't know, this is a lot, but my wife and I like to make something like this and have it for a few days. We can have a lunch and another dinner later, because sometimes we get home late or we're not around. So have fun, hope you try it and enjoy it. And this is what it looks like once it's been plated. It has a single thigh of chicken here, and then all the other ingredients around it. Looks good.